because things change around, in my opinion, in 72 hours, which is you plan, or they spoke, not only Manchester City, but other clubs too, spoke about your name, that you will change Juventus for another club. But Manchester United wasn't there, wasn't in that thought of that teams, but surprised everybody, even me, to be honest.
After a few weeks, things weren't going well at Manchester United. The club just wasn't firing. And in the end, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the manager, got sacked. And that's within like 2 months of you coming back. What were you feeling about what was going on at United? And what did you feel generally about the club itself and the state that the club was in compared to when you'd been there before?
Because, to be honest, when I signed for Manchester United, I thought everything was changed, because it's 13 years that I changed. I was in Real Madrid 9 years and 3 in Juventus. And when I arrived, I thought everything will be different, you know, the technology, the infrastructures and everything. But I was surprised in a bad way, let's say, in that way, because I saw everything was the same. And Manchester, it wasn't in that moment that, as you mentioned, that Oli was sacked. Michael Carrick, he assumed the job for two games, Villarreal and Chelsea away, and everything was so fast, but surprised me a lot. Instability in the club. Everything was kind of the same that I
Hadn't moved on.
No, they stop on the clock, in my opinion, which is something that surprised me. I didn't expect. And slowly they start to change. Even the windows, the new players, and was tough. Was tough for me because I didn't expect that. And
when you were there before, if Manchester United wanted a player under Sir Alex Ferguson, they normally got their man. Right now, it's a very different environment. After many years of failure since Sir Alex retired, United weren't getting the top players anymore. So were you surprised by that dynamic changing as well? Because you would have been used before to them, if they wanted top players, they got them.
I was surprised. I thought when I signed, that they signed in that year, Sancho and Varane plus me, that things will be in the way that Manchester should be. As you mentioned, well, Sir Alex Ferguson left a big gap in the club. Not only Sir Alex Ferguson, but one person that I thought make the difference, David Gill, the president, a very, very good man. And the structure around Sir Alex Ferguson was very important too. I knew that Manchester United wasn't the same, but I don't see that it was so big gap, so big things that go through by the last 10 years.
I wish you, oh, good thing you passed it. I was going to say, I wish he would say more, you know, like more, maybe more in the interview he will, but okay, I keep hearing things were changing. I want to know exactly.
Yeah, and now nobody wants to join them, dude.
United, yeah.
They wanted De Jong this summer, and he was like Drake. He was like, nah. I'm not going to United.
Oh yeah, that's right. And he got a big chance, and they really wanted him.
Yep, they did the most for him.
And he was like,
nah.
That's a small team. No, I'm kidding.
One of the things that surprised me now, there's little things like even the swimming pool that the players use, the saunas, all these facilities. Nothing had changed since you'd left in 2009. Nothing changed. The players were not on the pool, the jacuzzi, even the gym. Even
the pool. Bro, he's like the pool, the jacuzzi. It's not top class.
Dude, 13 years and nothing has changed. Imagine like how long ago, like how much technology has improved.
Exactly.
And they just stuck 13 years ago.
That's insane. I mean, I just want to still know like what else he's gonna say about the club and the players. Hopefully he says something about that. Because yeah, definitely United hasn't been the same since Ferguson left.
Yeah.
The chefs, which is I appreciate, lovely persons, they stop in a time which is it surprised me a lot. I thought I will see different things, different, as I mentioned before, technology, infrastructure, but unfortunately, we see many things that I'm used to see when I was 20, 21, 23. So surprised me a lot.
You'd also, of course, as you said, you've been at Real Madrid and Juventus, where you saw them moving all the time to progress with technology, the latest thing, to improve performance levels. So you were able to compare what you'd experienced there with what was not happening at United.
In United, the progress was zero, in my opinion.
Zero. Damn. Bro, what?
He speaks the truth.
Dude, and isn't like United like one? I thought United was like the richest club
Exactly, but no idea what they're doing.
with technology, bro. It's 2022. Well, 2021 we signed, I think, right?
Yeah, but they're stuck in like the 2000s, bro.
Dude, and there's in England too. They're a progressive country. Or in London, right? They're in London.
They follow the recent world. So the technology, especially the terms of training, nutrition, and conditions of eat properly and to recover better than before, surprised me. Manchester right now, to compare with that club, I think it's behind, in my opinion, which is something that surprised me. A club with this dimension should be in the top of the tree, in my opinion, and they are not. Unfortunately, they are not in that level, but I hope the next years they can reach to be in the top level.
When you look at, I mean, United have had some of the best managers in the world follow Sir Alex Ferguson, and they've all been relative failures compared to other stages of their careers. Do you think that partly that's down to the structural element of this, that there just isn't the support that top managers need?
I don't know what's going on, but since the Sir Alex Ferguson left, I saw not evolution in the club. The progress was zero.
Bro, he keeps saying zero. Like that must be bad if someone says you progress zero and he left like a long time ago, like a decade ago, bro.
That's how bad it is.
As Manchester United, after suck Ole, they bring sport directive Ralph Ragnick, which is something that nobody understands. This guy is not even a coach. A bigger club like Manchester United bring sport directive. Surprised not only me, but all the world. You know,
Well, it was a ridiculous decision, wasn't it?
of course, in my opinion, it's you have to be honest. If you're not even a coach, how are you gonna be the boss of Manchester United? It's something that
That is true. Like if you want to be in that world, you should at least have some type of experience, either as a player or as a coach, or something to do with football, right?
Exactly.
But it seems they just brought, at least from what you're saying, someone maybe just had like a degree in business or in sports administration. I don't know, and then they got him because of the money, or I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it can't be that easy for a club this big.
Exactly.
You can't have no experience coaching and become the manager of United.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, how do you even coach? You just tell the players to go out there and do their best.
right way to reach successful like other teams, like for example Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea. They are one step behind or two because of this kind of mistakes. In my opinion, they should improve and change probably the staff or the people, the directives or presidents. I don't know who is the who was the problem there.
He's like, I don't know, me.
Did it show a lack of ambition to you when they replaced Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who a lot of fans liked, but he obviously wasn't delivering the big titles that United wanted and were used to. But to appoint someone like Ralph Rangnick, I mean, I'd never heard of him. And I'm thinking
Nobody.
Had you heard of him?
No, of course not.
You'd never heard of this guy.
Nobody. And the people who I speak, nobody knew it, who is him.
Suddenly did you call him the boss?
Of course, I respect. We have to call because he assumed the job. Regardless, all the coaches that I had in my career, I call them boss because if they assume the job, we have to call in that way. But in the end, deep inside me, I never saw him as a boss because I saw some points that I never agreed, and he stopped in the time as well. Because if you're not being a coach, the next 5 years, you're gonna lose the identity of to be a coach. So surprised me a lot. But in the same way, don't surprise me a lot because if you see the structures, they keep it the same. So the coaches didn't surprise me, but it was a tough moment.
What was extraordinary was very quickly after Rangnick took over, he started briefing journalists that you weren't pressing enough and that maybe it would be a good idea if you moved on from the club. And I'm like, who is this guy?
I know.
And why is he saying
And that
this?
was a publicist?
That was like the random coach they hired.
Oh, like he wasn't doing good?
Yeah, like he wasn't pressing, so they should get rid of him.
Because he probably knew that he was gonna speak the truth.
Bro, when in his career has Ronaldo ever pressed? He never has.
No. I mean, he's not known for that.
Exactly.
He's not for getting mad when he does. Like, but yeah, I mean, I could understand, and you could see it in the team, right? I think as someone who watches soccer or football, you could see it. You could see it in Manchester United that year, and even now, they're not united, right?
Yeah, they're the opposite of United.
And since Ronaldo likes to be competitive, he likes to win. I can understand why that could make him not necessarily just for himself, but also the team. He's not performing, right? And I say with any team, when the player acts up or whatever in any team, it's always the leadership on top. Like they have to have a system on how to make the team healthy rather than unhealthy.
To be honest, it's something that I don't understand. It's the new coaches that coming around. They think they find the last Coca-Cola in the desert, which is that I don't understand the football that invented.
The last Coca-Cola in the desert.
But I respect any coach has a different approach.
This guy and Coca-Cola, dude.
He wants water.
Some points that you not agree. So I'm always like that in my life. I'm always been beside the best coaches in the world: Zidane, Ancelotti, Mourinho, Fernando Santos, Allegri. So I have kind of some experience because I learned from them.
You didn't say
when you
Mourinho,
see
bro.
some coaches that
Nah,
they're coming that they want to revolution the football, I not agree. I have my opinion. They agree or they disagree, but it's part of the business because I'm in the end of the day I'm in a club to win, and with my experience I want to help like always. And some coaches that don't accept, and it's part of the job.
Did you know what he was doing?